Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Thank you for watching. If you want to see how I've transformed this brow, then carry on watching. Please follow me on Instagram at Storm Beauty Studio, on Facebook and on Twitter as well. Thank you guys for stopping by, and if this is your first time, don't forget to subscribe. So I'm going to use two pencils for this tutorial, guys, and I'll tell you why in a minute. This is the Morphe black eyeliner and then the black opal eyeliner in brown. So I'm mixing the black and the brown because the brown was too light for me and then the black is too dark. So I'm going to mix the two. So I start by brushing my brows and I'm going to use the black to outline. So because I use the black to outline and then I'm going to use the brown to fill, it's sort of going to make a darker brown. I think this brown was just too light, guys. So the thing is, you have to make sure that you use the right color for your brows as well. If it's too dark, it looks unrealistic. If it's too light, it also looks a bit, yeah. So this is how I do my strokes. I just go stroke the pencil in an upward position following the hairs on my brow. This is how I put my product. And you just want to do this in a way you're following the hair instead of just sort of just drawing lines, if you know what I mean. So I do the bottom line right to the end, but then I do the top one sort of halfway through. This is because I want this ombre effect. Can you see I'm like taking the product from the bottom and taking it up? Okay, let me show you what I mean now. There, the tip. I'm taking the product at the bottom and I'm taking it up. You do not want to put product there at all. So I'm just going to use a flat square brush for my concealer, and I use the Essence Cover Stick, and this is number 50. So I'm going to put the product on my lid. I did not put it right under my brow. This is because I don't want like product right under my brow, and I don't want the concealer to show. I don't want that gap where you can see the concealer from the brow going down. So this is why I start so low. So I take it up. You can see it's going to look even right from the top of my brow all the way down. It's going to look very even. You don't want that line where it's so obvious that there's the concealer. So you want to put the product right under the line that you drew for your outline. You do not want to take the product into the brow, like into the hairs or over that line you made. So you're going in right underneath the line, the outline you made. So you're going right underneath it. You don't actually want to touch the brow. You're just making a line right underneath. Guys, I used to struggle to get my concealer line under my brow even. And this method right here of just putting the product on the lid and taking it up really answered me. Really helped. But you can do it whichever way you're comfortable with. Some people just put the concealer right under the brow and as a thin line, and then they sort of blend it out. But blending takes time, and blending needs you to have the perfect concealer shade, and it needs you to blend really nicely. So I'm going to use my foundation. It's the Santiago Walnut. Santiago Walnut. It's the clarifying foundation, a matte clarifying foundation. This is the Body Shop foundation. So it's what I use on top, guys, because on top you want to use a darker shade than the one you used at the bottom. So on top you pretty much want to use the same shade that you actually use for your foundation. So if you want to use it as a concealer, that's fine, but I actually just use my actual foundation and it works well for me. So guys, this foundation dries so quickly, so you want to do this so fast or else it's going to dry on top of your brow and then it's going to make that line that we do not want. So just be smart about how you put this. Can you see this product and it's already drying? So what I do is I put a lot of it because this is how I actually just apply my foundation on my forehead. So this is how I blend it out. So I'm actually putting all the foundation I'm gonna need on my forehead so that I don't have that line for my brow showing. So can you see it's all blended, it's all one shade, there's no line from the brow. So you just want to go in and really shape it so you make the edges clean. Remember guys, don't go into the brow, don't go over your products, over your eyeliner. You're just going right over it, like, do you get what I mean? Like right there at the tip. You don't actually want to touch the eyeliner, so be careful. So can you see I've shaped my brow? So now I use my foundation brush and actually just do my normal foundation application on my forehead. So obviously I do one side of my foundation application. Be careful when you're doing this. You don't want to put the brush over your eyebrow. So can you see guys, it's all one shade and it's even. That's the look you want to go for. So I actually clean my brushes on my face, by the way. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. So if you're not happy when you've done this, if you're not happy with the shape, my arc was a bit too low. I wanted that tip of the brow to be a bit thinner, so I couldn't go in from the top. So you can keep going in from the bottom, but just still make sure guys you are not putting product right under your brow. It's going to show. So I just blend out the bottom as well. So I'm going to do the exact same thing on the other side. This is my horrible side. This is my horrible side, guys. So this is because I have less hair on this brow. So it's really hard for me to brush it out at the beginning and make it look as nice as the other ones. So you're always going to have one perfect brow. You're always going to find it easier to do the one brow than it will be to do the other. But just make sure you do the best for both. I really hate doing this brow, guys. It even shapes itself funny. So anyway, I do the same thing. Start at the bottom of the lid, take the product up, make it even. Remember this foundation process, guys. If you have a matte foundation, it's going to dry quite fast, so you want to blend it up as fast as you can, and the more you put the better, because the less you put, it's gonna dry so quickly. It's gonna dry so quickly. So blend it out. So if you can see you haven't really blended it out, go back, guys, and go back in there and blend out that brow. Take your time when you're doing your eyebrows. You do not want to go. So at the beginning, what I do is that this part, I just take in the product so it meets in the middle. This is how I know that my brows are at the same level at the bottom, and I do the same at the top. I go in with my foundation so that they meet in the middle, and this is how I know that they also sort of at the same level. You don't want one brow higher than the other one. So that's how I fix the middle part. And watching, don't forget to subscribe, and I love you guys. Thank you.